Any, which one?
In the middle, please.
Like here? No. Yeah. Here?
Yeah.
Okay. There's so many of you. Wow, look at all those phones.
Muy bien, buenos días a todos y a todas.
Buenos días. Thank
Welcome, Gillian, to Buenos Aires. Thank you very much for being with us
you.
here.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure.
Bueno, vamos a arrancar directamente con las preguntas. Tenemos media hora nada más, muy poquito tiempo, así que les pido que hagan preguntas directas, concisas, cortito y al pie. Levantan la mano, dicen antes el medio y comenzamos. Vamos a empezar ahí.
Bueno, mi nombre es Nicolás Feldman, soy del medio digital Proyecto Fantasma. Más allá de agradecerte que estés acá en la Argentina, te quería preguntar cómo te sentís de ser la cara visible de personajes fuertes, femeninos, y que eso haya generado mayor inclusión en las mujeres en un mundo tan machista como la ciencia o quizás la investigación forense.
I have no idea. Not one word.
Well, I think I purposefully choose characters that appeal to the stronger aspects of my personality to a degree, but also just in general, complex characters. It's so nice to be able to find and to weed out the characters that, obviously female characters, that are that have you know, different kinds of depth and complexity to them. And I've been extremely lucky in my career that so many have come to my attention, you know, from Bedelia, du Maurier and Hannibal to Blanche. I mean, these women are you know, they're fantastic. And the chance in American Gods to play, you know, 4 different iconic women. So I feel incredibly blessed that stuff comes to me that I can go, oh yeah, I'll take that one, please.
Hello, welcome. Mi nombre es Glenda de Red Intercable, dibox y Javier Ponzone. Gillian, bienvenida a la Argentina. Quería preguntarte puntualmente relacionado a los personajes de mujeres. Tenés 3 que son muy fuertes, hay muchos, pero bueno, Scully, que la conocemos todos acá en Argentina, Gibson, de Default, Stella y Bedelia. ¿Qué cosa encontrarías en común y de diferente con respecto a vos en lo personal, de esos personajes tan fuertes?
Well, I think probably the least complex character was Scully. Yeah, level-headed, not much of a dark history, good background, good morals, strong, intelligent, good education, you know. Bedelia, you know, very complex, dubious background, dubious morals, and you know, the same with Stella, you know. So I would say probably the thing that unites them that's all the same is that they're the same height. And they look a little bit like me. But
They're strong women.
they are strong women. Yes, they are strong women.
Hola, buen día. Es Anderson.
Hello.
Buenos
días.
Quería preguntarte, eras muy jovencita, tenías 25 años cuando te llega X-Files. ¿Pensaste que iba a tener esa trascendencia que bueno, que todos le prestamos y el mundo entero te reconoce por ese papel y por esa serie que después se volvió a continuar más tarde? Y la otra pregunta, si me permiten, es: Default es extraordinaria por tu trabajo, la intensidad, la obsesión que le pones a ese criminal serial, que es nada menos que Jamie Foxx, ¿no? Jamie Dornan, perdón. Esas dos cosas nada más. No cómo te llegan, cómo haces para meterte en esos papeles tan complejos. En uno eras muy chiquita y en el otro ya más adulta.
I think with Scully, you're right, I was so young. I was actually 24. I lied and said that I was 27. And it was a lot, you know, it was a lot. I had absolutely no idea of what was about to happen or what, you know. And it was intense, you know, for a young woman, and then a young woman with a baby. You know, after 1 year I had a thing. It was really intense, but I essentially grew up in front of the world in an international public audience, and there are incredible joys and mysteries and benefits there in having that kind of experience, and there's also a big challenge, you know, but I feel that Scully very much she taught me a lot, I think, and Stella taught me a lot. You know, Stella taught me a lot about how to own and be comfortable with and proud of my own personal complexities, weirdness, oddness, clumsiness, inappropriateness, bad choices, good choices, the whole gamut of who I am as a woman. Suddenly, because of Stella, I suddenly became more comfortable and accepting of myself however I showed up. And does that answer your questions? Yeah. Thank you.
Gillian,
Hi.
how are you over here?
I'm good. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful to have you here. ¿La hago en español?
Sí,
entonces?
por favor.
Durante estos años, The X-Files, ¿qué fue lo que más te tocó hacer? 1, correr con tacones por terrenos difíciles. 2, autopsias raras a cuerpos dañados. O 3, roll your eyes.
Interesting. I probably had to do all 3 of those things in every single episode, so they're probably equal.
Okay.
Bueno, primero, gracias por estar en Argentina, aceptar estar en este encuentro con la prensa. Y de todos los personajes que interpretaste, ¿cuál fue el más difícil para desprenderte de él? Y si podés mencionar algo sobre el revival de X-Files reciente.
Probably the one that was the most difficult to let go was Blanche in Streetcar. When I did it in London, the stage production in London, and then also we did it in New York. And when we finished in New York, I knew, even though there was talk about maybe doing it one more time, I kind of knew in my heart that it was finished, and that I probably would go insane if I tried to do it one more time. And so there was such grief and sadness. It was almost like a best friend had passed away. it really felt, I cried and cried. Because she was so troubled, and even though on the one hand I feel like she took from me more than she gave, if that makes sense, I was so pleased to give her that, because she was just an extraordinary character to have an opportunity to live inside.
Hola, buenos días, bienvenida. Quería preguntarte sobre tu personaje de Jean en la nueva serie de Netflix de Sex Education. Ya dijiste que te atraen personajes complejos y quería saber cuál de estas cualidades viste en este personaje.
This is a comedy, which I don't do very often, and so in so doing, you know, it's a different way of putting oneself out there, and exploring different aspects of characters, but also my own boundaries or lack of boundaries. And Jean is she is a single mother of a teenage boy, and they live alone in the UK, and she is a sex therapist, and she has raised her son being very, very frank and open and unguarded about all things to do with sex. And so there have been, you know, there are things, there are, you know, penises everywhere and yonis everywhere, and her whole house is full of sculptures and soap shaped, you know, everything, right? So, and so she's very, very open and relaxed about it, and she has a son who is very self-conscious and awkward and is going through puberty and trying to figure these things out for himself. And she can't help herself but try and insert herself into his privacy and his conversations and listen to his outside his bedroom door. And she's, even though she is a professional therapist, she has no boundaries as a mother. And so there's something quite interesting and funny about that juxtaposition, you know, as a character. She's very neurotic and quirky, and she also is divorced, but has a lot of men who come by for one purpose, and she doesn't really want a relationship, but she's not willing to address that there may be some personal issues there that's keeping her from, you know, so she's a complicated character.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Mi nombre es Paola de A Sala Llena y te quería hacer una pregunta en relación a X-Files también. Hace años que se viene barajando la posibilidad de una película. Hay un coqueteo y que siempre, no sé si se termina de concretar o no. Bueno, si hay alguna novedad en relación a eso, o sea, ¿habría una posibilidad después del éxito de la serie de una nueva película de X-Files? Y después te quería preguntar en relación a tu proceso creativo, en otra faceta quizás, que es la escritura. ¿Qué recuerdos o qué balance haces de tu libro A Vision of Fire, que publicado hace años atrás con buena repercusión y buena crítica? ¿Qué sacas de... ¿Cuál es tu balance de esa experiencia distinta? Gracias.
Well, very quickly, in terms of the X-Files feature, that there will be no more X-Files. The last series that we did was the final version of Mulder and Scully that you're going to see. And so that's that. In terms of writing and the balance of writing, but all of the writing that I have done has been co-writing with other people. There is no way with 3 kids and my acting career that I'd be able to do it without the help of other people. And so that, a lot of it was done on airplanes, stolen time in hotel rooms between, traveling. And I think probably one day I will, when there's time, do something solo, but until then, they wouldn't have happened without other people.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Here. Hi. Me gustaría hacer una pregunta. Considerando que se viene dando cierto cambio de paradigma en la industria y que hay ciertos personajes que han sido siempre interpretados por hombres y que empiezan a ser interpretados tal vez por mujeres, como fue el caso de Doctor Who, y considerando también, al menos acá en Argentina hace algunos años atrás, circuló muy fuerte la versión de que vos podrías llegar a ser una nueva James Bond. Me gustaría saber si, considerando todo lo que implica, todo el revuelo que implica tanto en el sector de los fans y de los espectadores como muchas veces en la crítica, si te animarías a interpretar un personaje y a quebrar con eso, digamos, interpretar un personaje que siempre ha sido dado a un actor, tomarlo vos desde tu lugar como actriz y como mujer.
I don't think, to be honest, I don't think that I was seriously considered. I think that was the reaction to a poster that a fan had put together, and it was fun to tease, but I don't think I was definitely a contender, or any woman. And I think that makes sense, to be honest. James Bond is a man, and I think the bigger issue is about the existence of films and characters that are, that are as capable as a James Bond character, but it's the matter of creating that in the ethos of the film industry, more than it is about women taking over men's iconic roles, and that's hopefully the direction that we'll head more into as more women will be producers and writers and in situations of power and making decisions, that there's more equality across the board and representation across the board. As the light is on that subject right now, eventually it won't be on the subject anymore. And hopefully there's been enough, or there will have been enough footwork and structures put in place to make it possible that there is a higher percentage, at the very least, of people who have an opportunity in those areas, in all industries.
Hola, soy Patricia Daniele de Lunatín. Se comenta que sería tu última convención y quería saber qué expectativas, si es que tenés alguna, con respecto al público argentino. Quizás te haya llegado que es bastante efusivo, damos besos, abrazos y todas esas cosas que quizás no es tan habitual en el hemisferio norte.
I've heard you're intense.
I have very high expectations of the Argentine public. No, I'm excited. I'm really happy to be here finally, and excited to experience this intensity. I have experienced it a little bit over the years when people have flown in to see theater that I've done and come in packs and wait outside and sing songs and give roses and so there's been I do have a little taste of it. But yeah, but I'm excited to meet everybody. That's genuine. Yeah. Oh, good. That's nice. That's nice.
Son
If I'm
intensos.
still alive, maybe I'll come back.
Despedimos a Gillian con un enorme aplauso.
Gracias. Thank you.
Have a great time. Adiós. Chao.